Today I have four different mason jars, four different sizes. I recommend ones that have less writing on them. Um, I do have a few balls here that were clear on one side, and I'm going to start by priming the entire jars with our Wise Owl white primer. Once that dries, I am then going to cover it with Wise Owl Snow Owl and allow everything to dry. Once everything's dry, I'm going to be using our Christmas Project Block C tissue paper that you can find at chalkitupfancy.com. And it has a lot of pretty images here. And because my jars are smaller, I'm going to have to cut into this a bit. You can get larger jars to get a larger portion of the images. The first one I'm going to start, I'm going to cut out around this bird and some of the greenery, some of the holly branches and berries. I use 2 popsicles on either side of my jar so it doesn't roll around. I'm going to have to cut a little bit more back. I just kind of wanted to get a feel of how much more I needed to take off without cutting too much. I'm going to be doing the same process on each jar. I'm going to be using our 1 hour enamel clear. I'm going to apply it all over the area of the jar that I'm going to be adding my paper. You want to make sure you put a generous amount. And then I'm going to lay my image onto the jar. At this point, you're going to grab some saran wrap as a barrier. And then you can work out the wrinkles around the edges, because this is a round image, a round jar, so sometimes the image you will get wrinkles on the edges, and I try to get them out the best that I can. I am now using a brayer, which is quite inexpensive. You can get it at most craft stores, and then I'm going to do my final coat of the 1 hour enamel on the top of the image. And you want to make sure all your edges are laying down, just like this. I'm going to be removing my second image. This has the bird and an elf. And I'm going to do the same process. And then this is Santa in a basket and a hot air balloon. I'm going to cut most of that out, have the basket, some toys, and put this on my third jar. And then my fourth jar, I actually took this Christmas tree out of another Christmas paper that we had because I had nothing small enough. So at this point, once everything dries, I'm going to take our salt wash. I'm going to put some paint on a plate, add the salt wash. There are directions on the can. I just kind of mix until I have the texture I'm looking for. You kind of want it to feel like icing. And I mixed our Wise Owl Snow Owl and the salt wash. And I'm taking a dabber that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and I'm dabbing the Snow Owl all over the jar. And as I'm getting closer to the image, I'm just covering the edge where the image starts. And this is just giving me a textured paint. And I did this on all the jars. I make sure I leave my lids on. This way I never have an issue with putting the lid back on. See all the little texture? And then I wash the lids when I'm done to clean the paint off. This is the one with the birds. This is the little jar. Once all that dries, guys, this is very easy. A lot of the weight is drying time. I found these glitter pens either at the Dollar Tree or Dollar General. And I'm using the silver, and I'm not outlining the entire image. I'm just taking portions of it. You don't want to overdo it, but it's this sparkle glue. You can find it at both stores. This one was nice because it was more in a pen size. I believe this was Dollar Tree. And I'm going through each jar and just randomly picking portions of my image to outline in this silver glue. I feel the silver comes out the best, but it's really up to you. They did have other colors in there. Here's the one with the bird and the holly bushes. And again, I know this is a little hard for you guys to see. I tried to get as close as I could. But the glitter glue just kind of gives you that sparkly Christmas icicle snowy effect. This I just chose to do around his hat, a little in his beard of the Santa. I took a little gold for the tassel of his hat. Now when all that dries, I'm going to take some of the glitter glue and a smaller dabber, and I'm just going to dab the glitter all over the jar where I have that textured paint. And this is just going to give me that shimmer all over the jar. I found these sticky beads. You can get them at the Dollar Tree. You can get some at Dollar General. I do have another craft store local to me that has them. So if you keep your eyes peeled, you could check Walmart. And I'm just putting them around the rim of the jar top, just to give extra detail. I try to pick ones that kind of had a pearl glittery look to it to kind of coincide with the rest of the jar. And I did this on all 4 jars. One of them I did add gold, the one with the Christmas tree, because I felt like that went better with it. And actually, I believe I used the gold glitter on the Christmas tree. I just made ornaments with it, just little dots. And here you go. I really hope you enjoyed this video. For other tutorials, go check us out on YouTube. You can now watch all our videos at chalkitofancy.com. For any paint products, tissue paper transfers, or mesh stencils, chalkitofancy.com. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.